Hello and welcome to our video about The Last of Us Part 3. In this video, we'll be discussing our expectations for the highly anticipated sequel to one of the most beloved video game franchises of all time. With leaks and rumors circulating about the development of Part 3, fans are eagerly anticipating any news about the next chapter in Ellie's story. So, let's dive in and talk about what we hope to see in The Last of Us Part 3. The Last of Us is a widely popular dystopian video game franchise that has recently been making headlines due to the Part 1 remake and the upcoming HBO TV series. Fans are eagerly anticipating the release of the third game in the series, and there have been many rumors and leaks surrounding its development. The Last of Us Part 2, which was released a few years ago, was one of the most highly anticipated games of the decade. While some fans were disappointed with the game's storyline, many others thought it was a worthy sequel to one of the best games ever made. In the second game, players follow Ellie as she seeks revenge for the murder of Joel and navigates her relationship with her girlfriend, Dina. The game ends on a bit of a cliffhanger, with Ellie allowing Abby to live and Dina disappearing after Ellie ignored her pleas to stay. As a result, there is plenty of room for a third game in the series, and fans are eager to learn more about what might be in store. While details remain scarce, it's clear that many people are excited about the possibility of a third installment in this popular franchise. Fans of The Last of Us series are eagerly anticipating any news about a potential third installment in the franchise. Rumors and leaks have been circulating regarding the possibility of a Part 3, and there have been some updates from the creative director of the series, Neil Druckmann. In a recent interview with BuzzFeed in January 2023, Druckmann stated that the development process for a potential Part 3 would follow the same pattern as the previous games. He explained that if the team can come up with a compelling story that has a universal message about love, just like the first two games did, then they will tell that story. However, if they can't come up with anything, then the strong ending of Part 2 will serve as the end of the series. Back in April 2021, Druckmann confirmed that he had already penned a story outline for a third game, but it's not currently in active development. While this news may be a bit disappointing for fans who are eagerly awaiting the release of the next game, it's clear that the team is taking their time to ensure that any future installment in the series will meet their high standards. Overall, while there may not be any concrete news about The Last of Us Part 3, fans can rest assured that the team behind the franchise is hard at work, and any future game in the series will undoubtedly be worth the wait. Recent leaks from OopsLeaks, a credible source of insider information, suggest that Naughty Dog is currently working on several projects, including The Last of Us Part 3. According to OopsLeaks, the script outline for the third game is already completed, but the studio is currently focused on developing other projects. While it's unclear what these other projects might be, the leaker suggests that Naughty Dog is expanding and that development on Part 3 may begin sooner than expected as a result. This is certainly exciting news for fans of the series who have been eagerly awaiting any news about the next installment. It's important to note, however, that this information should be taken with a grain of salt. While OopsLeaks has a good track record for accurate leaks, nothing is confirmed until an official announcement is made. Nonetheless, this news is sure to generate even more excitement among fans of the Last of Us series, and many will be eagerly waiting for any updates from Naughty Dog about the future of the franchise. For fans of the Last of Us series, the prospect of a third installment is incredibly exciting. Given the open-ended conclusion of Part 2, it seems likely that the story would continue to follow Ellie's journey and possibly focus on her relationship with Dina. While Abby's involvement is not guaranteed, Ellie's mercy towards her at the end of the last game leaves room for a potential return. Fortunately, fans can take heart in the fact that the creative director of the series, Neil Druckmann, has confirmed that he has plotted out a potential story for a third game. This news is especially reassuring given Druckmann's emphasis on only pursuing a Part 3 if they can come up with a truly compelling story. In interviews leading up to the premiere of the TV series, Druckmann has hinted at the possibility of a third game, promising fans that there is more story to tell. He has also pledged to avoid the pitfalls of other popular series where the television adaptation outpaces the source material. Overall, while fans will have to wait for any official confirmation about a third game, it's clear that the creative team behind The Last of Us is hard at work, and the series is in good hands. With any luck, we'll be returning to Ellie's world sooner rather than later, with a truly epic story to guide us. As of now, there is no official release date for The Last of Us Part 3. Given that the game was not even in active development as of spring 2021, it seems likely that any release is still several years away at least. To put the potential timeline into context, the original game was released in 2013, with the sequel not announced until 2016 and not released until 2020, after a couple of major delays. Based on this timeline, it's clear that the development of a game like The Last of Us Part 3 is a lengthy process that requires a great deal of time and resources. While fans may be eager for any news about the next installment in the series, it's important to remember that game development takes time, and rushing the process could compromise the quality of the final product. For now, fans will have to content themselves with the existing games, the upcoming TV series, and any updates or teasers that Naughty Dog or Neil Druckmann choose to share in the future. One of the most compelling aspects of The Last of Us series is the way it weaves together personal stories of love, loss, and redemption with a larger narrative about the cordyceps pandemic. While The Last of Us Part 2 primarily focused on the conflict between Ellie and Abby and their individual struggles with loss, it's likely that the larger pandemic story will be brought to the forefront in Part 3. One possible way to do this would be to explore the potential for a cure or vaccine to the pandemic. Abby, who has already been established as the daughter of a doctor, could potentially take over her father's legacy and develop a vaccine, while Ellie carries the antibody. This would allow Ellie to complete the mission that Joel was unable to carry out in the first game, and it would bring the story full circle. Of course, any resolution to the pandemic storyline would need to be woven into the personal stories of the characters, including their struggles with love, revenge, and redemption. It's likely that Ellie and Abby would need to cooperate in order to achieve this goal, which could lead to some exciting conflicts and dramatic tension. Overall, while it's unclear what direction The Last of Us Part 3 will take, the potential for a happy ending is certainly something that many fans will be hoping for. Regardless of what happens, it's clear that the series has a lot of narrative potential, and fans are eagerly awaiting any news about what the future holds for Ellie, Abby, and the rest of the characters in this beloved franchise. And that's it for our video about The Last of Us Part 3. We hope you enjoy our discussion about our expectations for the next installment in this incredible series. While there is still much that remains uncertain about the game, it's clear that fans are eager for any news or updates about what's in store. Until then, we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed and continue to enjoy the existing games, the upcoming TV series, and all the other amazing content that the world of The Last of Us has to offer. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.